Kettlebell training is a unique type of training that provides a variety of benefits not found with many other forms of exercise. For example, kettlebell training is a dynamic, full-body exercise routine that works power. It can work strength. It can work cardiovascular conditioning. It can work metabolic conditioning. It can work balance. It does a great job on stressing your core. So it's a very unique type of training. And if you're saying, I want to do something that hits a lot of things or kills two birds or really multiple birds with one stone, kettlebell training is a great tool because it can get all those things that I mentioned. It's also a fantastic choice if you're like, hey, I only have 10 or 15 minutes to work out, but I really want to get a lot done. Kettlebells are a great source or a great tool for that. Now, while kettlebell training is a fantastic choice for exercise, there are some potential pitfalls and things that you need to be aware of. Generally speaking, there's a higher risk of injury with kettlebells. There's a greater learning curve because it does require balance and coordination on many of the exercises, often not found especially on machines, but that's also beneficial when you have to work on those different components of fitness. Also, people tend to get tired when they do kettlebell training, and so you have to manage that fatigue correctly because you don't want the kettlebell slipping. And so it does have a slightly higher risk of injury. So realize that kettlebell training is effective, but we want to be smart and train safely. Also, if you have a chronic injury, such as your shoulder specifically, you might want to push pause on starting a kettlebell routine and work on your rehab for that shoulder or even the knee or even the low back, but especially the shoulder, because a lot of that swinging can be problematic, not if done correctly, but because you're using movements that are fast, dynamic, explosive, and if you go in the wrong position, there's a greater risk of injury than when you move slowly. So those powerful movements do come with a slightly increased risk. So if you have a nagging injury, I'd work on that prior to starting a kettlebell training program. So how do we use kettlebells? Well, there's a couple of ways. The most common is we use them with power type movements, like a kettlebell swing, which we'll go over, a kettlebell snatch, a kettlebell clean. These are things that require power, and they also tax our cardiovascular system. However, you can use kettlebells for strength exercises like a one-arm or two-arm bench press, a push-up, or a row. So they can be used for strength or traditional type strength exercises, or to give your body just a little change of pace from traditional dumbbells and barbells, but those are less common, but they can be used for strength. But once again, they're more traditionally used as a combination strength, power, and cardiovascular exercise routine. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up below and subscribe to our channel. Also, head over to freedomforlifefitness.com and learn more about how we can help you reach your health and fitness goals.